The thing you just did reminds me. Must have been born out of your years as a social director in the Catskills.
Yes, I was a pool tumbler.
What is that?
Well, I entertained. I wasn't a real comic yet. I was allowed to entertain the guests at the pool after lunch. I would come out with a derby and a heavy alpaca coat in the middle of July, 2 heavy suitcases filled with bricks, and I would jump off the diving board screaming, "I don't want to live." And that would give them a laugh after lunch to settle the pirogue. Go down with the laugh. They used to serve food in the mountains. They served me a thing when I don't know what it was. It was like something wrapped in something, you know, with the heavy dough, and it was like undercooked with a little noodle, with a little meat. I don't know what it was. I called it Harold. And it laid under my heart for 3 years. And every day I'd say, "Hello, Harold. Good morning. How are you? Remember when I ate you, you little devil?" I mean, the worst food in the world in the mountains.
Was that, you know, everyone today says that was the great breeding place.
It was a spawning
Danny
place for a lot of
Kaye
Jewish comedians.
Because were those tough people to please? I mean, you had to...
Tough. They liked nothing. I used to do an hour and a half in one with with everything. I'd sing, I'd dance, I'd tell stories and jokes. I'd do Jolie, I'd kill myself, and I'd say, "How'd you like me, folks?" "You stink. You stink." And they were the critics. Atkinson and Crowther and their equivalents, their Jewish equivalents, little Jewish lady, would be in the tea room. In the tea room with a little sponge cake and tea, and you'd go by and they'd say, "Never mind, we like you, never mind." That was their comment. "Never mind, you don't worry, never mind, you don't have to be good for us."
That'll break your heart.
Encouragement. They liked nothing. They only said, all I ever heard was $16 a day, let's breathe. In the mountains.
When you were in high school and college, you had a jazz band. Bruno Lynch and his Imperial Jazz Band.
Yes.
Bruno Lynch?
Bruno Lynch. Yes, then, in all honesty, I did change my name at one time in my career. Because
So you did.
Yes, I did. Yes. Because I felt that George Segal and his Imperial Jazz Band didn't have the rhythm, didn't have the spunk, didn't have the go that Bruno Lynch and his Imperial Jazz Band. What do you think?
Which is why Bruno Lynch became a household word
and is
a
today
great
a
record
word.
seller.
Yes.
Did you kidnap the Lindbergh baby?
Were you
I'm sorry.
Were you
Uncalled for. Simply uncalled for. Out of line.
were you a success? No, Lord. Bruno Lynch, were you a success? A lot of plays?
Yes, I had some success
Made
as
a lot of
Bruno
money?
Lynch. Yes, I sang I Wish I Could Shimmy Like Myself. I was the vocalist also for the band, and I was the organizer and leader of the band, which was the only way that I could play with the band. Since I was the worst musician in the band. They were very good musicians in the band.
George, could you do something for us now?
I wish I could shimmy like my sister Kate. Oh, she shakes it like a pot of jelly on a plate. And all the boys in the neighborhood, they know she does it and it's mighty good. Oh, I know I'm late, but I'll be up to date if I can shake it.
You're all right? It's oh, Lord.
Open your tie, George.
It's a ghastly way to go. Are you all right?
George.
The trouble is, you never know when he's acting. You know.
What are you doing?
I'm putting your mic. I'm putting your mic back on.
George, you're on the David Southgarden show. You'll be home in a half hour.
When did you and how did you get the show business? You all right, George?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You won't have to sing again.
You want him?
No. David.
I think God heard you sing and said,
David, how and when did you get the show business bug?
Oh, it's not an interesting story.
No? Weren't you being prepared for to be a rabbi?
Yes, they used to salt me and we sit for 2 hours every day, and I was being prepared. So, no, I studied that. You know, I took a degree of Hebrew literature, but that's not rabbinical. That's
Right, that's
you
amazing.
talk Hebrew.
"Oh, you learned the mother tongue, did you?"
Mother tongue is Yiddish.
Well, you want to hear the real mother tongue?
Yes, I will.
Will you come up already at 6 o'clock? What, am I going to just keep it hot all the time for you? You're not going to eat. That's all. Everybody's eating but you. That is the mother tongue, baby.
That's right. I remember. You had a brief fling on Broadway.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
tried
did.
to be a
I
Broadway.
got out of the dress business. I decided I'd be a singer. I was Pierre Olaf's understudy. That was my big claim to fame. Could you
That's
believe?
where I saw you before.
I saw myself as Rock Hudson, and they saw me as Pierre Olaf, so I got out of show business. I also did, George, I sang. I did, you know those 12 hits for $1 that you used to buy in the 5 and 10, where you'd think it was Elvis Presley and you think I was the Everly Brothers, both of them. I was Stella Reese, because they
Notice
could
the
never...
way he's looking for the next question.
Yeah.
Get hotter with the 12 hits.
That was my.
You
I
notice the
went
way he
back
pays
and dressed and
attention?
did
How
better, much
cruel,
better.
how
Oh,
cruel,
cruel.
how sharp this business, how evil, really. I mean, the man's in the middle of a very terribly boring story, and he's already
no.
going
For the next question, burying you, ready to turn to something. See how terrible? I think God has taken a dislike to you
Yes.
for that, son. And you know, his punishments are terrific.
Could you
You'll see.
project
He'll be
what'll-
off the air soon.
Could you project what'll happen?
A flood.
The flood?
He's very good at that.
Yeah.
What did you do as a singer? I'm interested.
I don't sing. I sing
never.
opera. Now.
You sing opera
Yeah,
a
but I
lot?
can't sing here. Yeah.
All right, without standing.
Without the.
Without standing, can you give us 4 bars of
Of what?
Aida?
I don't sing her
All right.
role.
Anything, you know Joe Green's work, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Giuseppe Verdi, that's Joe Green. You get it?
Yeah, I do.
You're the only one who got it. Do a little Giuseppe Verdi.
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
A
this.
Bohème, that's easy.
Okay. Che gialli da manina, and that's serious.
Let's get the next
Say
one. That was very good, by
Very
the way.
not bad. I sing it.
Stan.
You want to come down to Bowery and watch me sing at the
Let's
Amato
go.
Opera
I got a
House?
maroon Buick parked outside after the show. We'll all go down to Bowery and
Okay.
sit together.
As you talk about your mother's,
As you talk, I didn't say a word. Did you give me a chance to talk?
aren't they the women's liberation?
Because you're a schmendrick. You have to turn to them and ask a question.
The question begins as you talk about your mothers. Read the question, please.
Were your mothers really the original? Were they the original women's liberationists? You know, I mean, it's not Kate Millett and Bella.
No, I don't think they know what to make of that.
Huh?
I don't really think they know what to make of that.
No, but they were.
Mothers
They
in
ran
my
the house.
day
Father was
waited
the
hand
money
and
earner.
foot
He
on
was
the
the
son and
provider.
everything, right.
And
Make
mother,
block soup all the time, that's all.
Well, no, it's
No,
true.
no,
They're for
no,
the
no.
status quo, right? They're traditionalists. And if this is a movement, they're against any movement per se, I think, Jewish mothers.
Yeah, but also it's really the whole opposite of what a Jewish mother is all about. I mean, women's liberationists want equal rights and so on. Mothers don't want equal rights. They're doing very well where they are.
They want domination, not
Right.
equal.
when you see, once a week, do you see your folks? Oh, they live in
They
Chicago.
live in
so you
Chicago.
have
I
to
see-
come.
we see
But
them.
when you do see your folks, do you discuss
We eat
it?
a lot.
I met Dan's
I'm gonna
folks.
say,
I met Dan's folks on the
They're
beach.
very
Wait,
cute and happy, aren't they?
You possibly didn't know that.
I didn't until
George
this very
met my
moment. Even as you speak, I don't know. So tell us.
I met Mr. and Mrs. Greenberg.
And?
They're lovely, quiet.
Cuties?
Was your mother upset with the book? I mean, did she think that anything was,
No, because I told her it wasn't about her. It isn't. My mother is a nice English lady, a wonderful accent, very charming.
Azai,
Like, right. My mother is Marin Cohen.
No, did she, ask you about,
She said, what is this, please? And no, I told her it was a very gentle, loving book and everything. And some people whispered in the ear that it wasn't quite that, but no, she really loved it. And she got to be a kind of a local celebrity in her Hebrew school. She teaches Hebrew school. And people stop in the Hebrew school and ask for her autograph. It's very cute.
does she sign it from right to left? But that's pretty
top to
groovy. She teaches
Yes,
it?
teaches Hebrew.
I will be in Chicago. We're opening
Look her up.
the
You'll have a-
12 chairs in Chicago very
Listen,
soon.
you
so I
want a
will-
good
seriously.
brisket? You want a good
Seri-
brisket?
I would like
You'll
to
call
get a-
my mother a nice brisket with noodle-kugel.
I would love it. Will it lay under my heart like Harold?
Yes.
But I will, seriously. Dan.
Yes.
I will say hello to you folks when I get there.
Peppy people, both.
Peppy people.
That's the loveliest side you've had here.
Can you say hello to my folks when you get to Chicago? too?
I didn't know you were from Chicago. I
No,
thought you
my
were from
folks are
Winnipeg.
in L.A., but
Oh, you mean call them long distance when I'm in Chicago?
hello to Mrs. Stack. No,